Mike Tomlin talked about what he saw from Myles Garrett last time the Browns played the Steelers. Garrett and that defensive line as well.
We didn't do a good enough job of minimizing Myles Garrett in the first game, man. He was significant. Not only his playmaking, but the energy that he provides, his teammates, their followers. He made some significant plays early on in that game that made it tough uphill sledding the rest of the way for us. But it's not just the beginning of the game. It's over the course of the entirety of the game. We better work to minimize his impact. They do some awesome things to challenge you in that way. They move him around quite a bit, both edges. He also plays on the interior. We better do a really good job in one-dimensional moments, obviously. You get behind the chains, possession downs, etc. He's at his best in those moments, and not only is he looking to close the door in terms of the pocket, but he's always ball searching and has been highly productive in that area as well. He's got a well-rounded group along with him. Tomlinson is a core interior guy and run stopper.
And Brad, Myles Garrett, it's kind of lost because the season's been so bad. He's playing really well again.
He is in that Pittsburgh game, going back to the last quarter, he was 35-1, Dave, going into that game, not even on the first page for Defensive Player of the Year. But because it was against Watt and he played so well and it was on national TV, and because he kind of cut a promo after the game, if you had heard the soundbite where he's talking about I'm best and, it runs through me and all that stuff. He jumped all the way up to second in most odds for Defensive Player of the Year. So now the guys that win Defensive Player of the Year usually are on winning teams. I think the last guy that was on a losing team was like 2006, Jason Taylor, and he created like 11 turnovers himself that year. So he would have to do something tremendous, but nobody is running away with this award. So if he were to have an amazing Myles Garrett 5-game stretch, he could still win the award, but he would have to make up for being on a losing team. And this Watt versus him head-to-head matchup, if you get another one where he gets a couple sacks and disrupts and affects the game, and Watt is as quiet as he was in the last matchup, because Conklin did such a good job, and the Browns had a good plan to chip him as well. Maybe that makes a big difference too, as far as Defensive Player of the Year. But yeah, he's playing tremendous football. He's playing hard late in this season, and he's being a leader about it too. He's talking a lot about how these games still matter to them, and trying to get that defense to continue to play hard. And you got to give them credit for their record. They have shown a lot of fight as a team in the past 2 weeks.